Hey, you make music, so you might agree with this. No matter how good your music is, no matter how charismatic you might be on camera, photogenic, no matter how good looking you are to the masses, to win awards, to build a fan base, to make money, to do it as a career, it takes luck, right? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. But riddle me this, right? Let's get back on track here. So you have this idea, you have this vision, you have this inspiration to start making music. Let's back up to the very beginning. You found an instrument that you want to play. Maybe your voice is your instrument. Maybe you just want to be a producer or learn to produce as an artist. So you go and buy a DAW, digital audio workstation, Pro Tools, Logic, Ableton, FL, the list goes on. You built up this skill set over time. Why is no one dumb enough to say that that took luck? Yet everybody goes from that skill set to that business saying, oh, that's where you have to be lucky. Now, let me ask, when you first got into making music, I don't care if you were a kid, you were in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, when you first got inspired to pick up your instrument, to start learning how to produce, start learning how to sing and mix your own vocals and everything underneath the sun, you found a software or a DAW, you found an instrument, you found a microphone, you found all these different pieces that you hodgepodge together. And then as you learned, as you looked for tutorials, as you read instruction manuals, as you looked for guidance, maybe you signed up for some programs or online courses that specialized in those things that you were trying to learn. What did you do? You implemented, you practiced. You weren't afraid to screw up because the process was fun. You weren't afraid to put in the reps because you knew you were getting better. You went from an idea to an actual skill set. And now that you have that skill set, you protect it with all of this energy, all of this paranoia, all of this cynicism. A lot of us do. You have this thing like, well, I don't want somebody to take advantage of this. I don't want this to fail. I have this thing. Yet you have a whole new skill set to learn. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't expect you to understand marketing. I don't expect you to understand business. I don't expect you to understand branding, monetization, and everything else that takes that skill set and turns it into a business. No different than if you're a baker and you make the most delicious cupcakes in the world. At one point, you didn't know how to mix the ingredients. You didn't know the bake times. You didn't know how the atmospheric pressure where you live affected your overall product. And then you have this great product and you want to open a bakery. Well, there's a whole different slew of logistics that you have to figure out. Now, I know that there might be some of you right now that are saying, well,
Adam, you're saying right now, seriously, with a straight face, that luck doesn't have anything to do with making it?
Oh, 100%. We're lucky to wake up. I'm lucky I met my wife. I'm lucky to have the friends that I have. I'm lucky to appreciate the days even when they're crappy compared to the other people that look at the other side of the coin. Luck is involved in everything that we do. But I think you guys would agree that either you could figure it out on your own, spend 20 years trying to kind of schlep through it and adjust and make those sacrifices for a longer time to let luck maybe one day bite you in the butt. Or you can optimize what you're doing to position yourself to get lucky. They say that it takes 7 to 10 years to become an overnight success. I would love for every single one of you guys, except for the douchebags, to be able to be called lucky one day because of the work you put in this system, taking a skill set and turning it into a business. Now, just like I was talking about before, when we first have that inspiration, we get our hands on some of the tools and we utilize those to build a skill set. It's the same thing when it comes to business. I want you guys to understand the importance of this, right? So we've invested in studio headphones, we've invested in studio monitors, microphones, time in the studio if you don't have that stuff at home. We've invested in all this stuff to build up that skill set. So why would we think that the skill set that we have that now we want to be celebrated publicly or build a career around, it should just be free, easy, clear path, just boom, successful, right? That's what I call hope marketing or wish marketing. And here's the thing. I know it can be intimidating because we've spent all this time doing a technical skill that we really enjoy. And now this is a different technical skill over here that a lot of us might not want to do. Now, you're here on YouTube right now, which is a great resource for getting started, a great resource but if you're following somebody who's done it, if you followed somebody who's been there, if you followed somebody who's worked with, let's say, over 100 students, 1,000 students, don't you think that guide would direct you in a way to get further faster, in a way that you could put the reps in? You could trip along the way a little bit, but you'll have some accountability and somebody there to kind of pick you up and move you a whole lot faster into that luck. That makes sense, right? And I'm not just saying me, I'm saying anybody that you trust to guide you, no different than those tutorials that you might have watched. And I know some of you guys that might be on a little bit skeptical side or a little bit cynical side note, over 300 free videos here on YouTube. But ask yourself this. Instead of saying,
Well, who have they worked with?
What kind of accomplishments have they had?
ask, can they help me? Is the free stuff that they put out helpful when I implement it? Because I can promise you right now, there's career musicians out there that have multiple Grammy Awards that are so busy doing it that they don't have the mindset to help you. I was that guy for a long time until I lost hearing in my left ear. I didn't find fulfillment in helping people. I like to be selfishly staring at computer screens so I can make as much money as I possibly could. And now we're here trying to give you all the tools, same concept that you have to use to get better at. You have to use to ask the right questions and build those systems, right? I could ask you all about branding till I'm blue in the face. What answers are you going to have for me? I could talk about building out ecosystems. I could talk about the not sexy stuff behind the scenes that we want to do to be able to build a career in the back end, to be able to fund that front end. That's hard to say 5 times fast, right? But here's the thing. If we're not looking for guidance, what are we doing? We're waiting for luck. And I would argue until I'm blue in the face that even if you're the most stubborn person out there, having help versus doing it yourself, you're going to move faster with the help every single time. I think you would agree. Let me know in the comments right now. It's the proven track record of somebody who attracted you with marketing, somebody who's moved you forward with free content, now offering the advanced system that would overwhelm the beginners, offering the tools, the resources, the guidance, the accountability that'd be more than worth the investment. Luck is cool. I think that we've gotten very blessed and fortunate. Some people call it luck in our lives. Every single one of us. The fact that you have internet right now and that you're watching a YouTube video and you're hanging out with me in my office here, 3,000 square foot office where we have 7 salaried employees to help students every single day move in the right direction. I think we're all pretty lucky. I'm glad I can connect with you here. I just want you to think about it before you start making excuses, before you become what I used to be, and that cynical, super skeptical person that was like, he's just trying to make money off me. Do you say that when you go to the grocery store to buy food? They're just trying to make money off you? There's a resource. You're utilizing the resource. Do you get mad at the gym when you spend money on the gym for 2-3 months? There's a ripoff. They scammed me. Well, did you go? No. Of course not. You have the skill set that you need to move forward. It's either time or money. It's a time-money ratio. If you don't have the money, spend the time. 20 years, that ought to do it. If you want to do it a little bit faster, you find guidance. No different than when you first discovered Logic, you first discovered Ableton, you first discovered Reason or FL Studio. You didn't just click around, like I said. You didn't just figure it out. And if you did, God bless you. I'm here to help you, but you need to want the help in order to help yourself. You could sit there and hold on to your music and say, I'm not going to get taken advantage of. I'm going to hold on to this thing until I'm ready. You're never going to be ready. I promise you that. Never going to be ready. If you're so afraid of being taken advantage of, you'll never be able to be helped and guided by those that actually care. You can sit here and use all the free YouTube content that you're going to rack your brain around time and time again. You're going to watch a video of mine that somebody's from 2016 that's completely irrelevant, but you don't know that. That's the problem. The beginner content is about getting you into momentum. From there, you need to go the rest of the way. You need to be brave enough to ask for help from somebody who has a proven track record of helping others. That's why I have over 300 videos here. That's why I have the free stuff, I have the paid stuff. We just opened the doors to the Music Career Academy, which I'll have a link for in the description box below. But here's the thing. If you're on the fence, don't join. If you're cynical and you're like, oh, so people are just trying to strip me of money. Did you feel like that when you bought the DAW? Because you could have bought the DAW and not done anything with it. Are you going to tell them they're scam? You're going to tell them, oh, Logic and Apple, they're con artists because they sold me Logic and I never did anything with it? No. If you think that, you're a fucking idiot. Because here's the thing. Life is not easy. Music career is not easy. Asking for help is not easy. And here's the thing, guys. I know that right now, a lot of you guys are like, oh, I just don't have the money. That's cool. Absolutely cool. I remember just like it was yesterday, I was broke, sleeping on a shitty futon, eating ramen, tuna, and eggs every meal for like 10 months. True story. I can tell you all about that, but it doesn't matter because I overcame it. I wasn't the victim. I was the victor. And now I have the ability to help people just like you every single day. So whether you join a paid program of mine or anybody else's, Whether you utilize every ounce of free value here, nothing is going to help you unless you put in the repetition. You put in the work, you put in the practice, no different than learning your instrument, no different than learning your craft, building that skill set. If you want to be a better spouse, you change. If you want to be a better brother, sibling, friend, you get better at it. It's about the intention. So what the fuck is your intention? That's my question for you. Now, if you want to move even faster into getting lucky, watch this video next. It's going to move you into momentum, which is so important. If you haven't yet, click that subscribe button. Join me here in the channel family, and then come connect over on Instagram or TikTok where I'm most active. Keep your head up, get focused. Let's get to work.